What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the newest episode of the Ultimate Rebuild of the AFC North. Episode 1 dropped a couple days ago. We did the Baltimore Ravens. We started in 2005, and we're leaving off in the 2010 offseason. And throughout this series, throughout this option of 4 with the Baltimore Ravens, we won 1 Super Bowl. We took a well-known bust in Matt Leinart, and while his dev trade kind of sucks, we won a Super Bowl with him. He made him a 90 overall, incredibly viable quarterback. Looking at the rest of the team in terms of like big name stats, we drafted Jari Evans. He's up to a 96. We got Ted Ginn on the offensive side. That's pretty much it, though, in terms of players that we were able to bring in and draft. On the defensive side, I mean, we developed T. Sizzle into a monster, but we Calais Campbell there, that's a 90. Tremont Williams is a 91. Paul Posluszny's an 89. But we didn't really have to do a whole lot. The starting roster here for the Ravens was pretty damn good. And to move on to the next team, we are going to be using the Cleveland Browns. Through 4 of the 5 years that we rebuild with a team in this division, the Ravens, the Cleveland Browns are picking within the top 5 4 out of those 5 years. So they desperately need help. They have some good picks. So let's hop in and let's do a 5-year all-in rebuild of the Cleveland Browns. So here is a look at our Browns as we look at Super Bowl 57. The Patriots knock off the Bears 20-14. Here's the team that we're going to be inheriting. They are an 82 overall with an 85 offense, 87 defense. I did take a look at something. Actually, I'll show it to you right at the rip. Clearly, if you remember, they drafted Matt Stafford, who was an 83 superstar quarterback in the 3rd round. They already had Vince Young, who they drafted 1st overall. He's an 87 quick. I was kind of thinking right at the bat, like, all right, probably go with Stafford, even though Vince Young's here. We do have Vince Young in the Marshalls. We don't want to have too much Vince Young content on the channel. But I'm looking at the contracts here, and he's already tagged. He's going to be hitting free agency, so fortunately, we're not going to have that piece to try and trade. I definitely want Cedric Griffin. That's annoying. They're all franchise tags. He led the team. I think he had like 3 or 4 picks last season. Actually, we'll try to negotiate and bring him back on the open market. There's a couple players I would like to bring back. Andre Davis, nice veteran, still a superstar dev. But unfortunately, the AI didn't do a good job of negotiating contracts. So look at the rest of the team, understanding that Vince Young's going to be bouncing. So we're going to be rocking and roll with Stafford as our franchise quarterback. At running back, you have Michael Bush. You have Beanie Wells. Okay, he's 21, 79, quick dev. He's probably going to be our lead back. He was really hyped when he came out of Ohio State. Big-time power back. We have Megatron and Braylon Edwards at wide receiver. Braylon Edwards, I'm pretty sure, isn't he like a big-time Cleveland guy? Like from Cleveland or something? Either way, had some big years with the Browns. And Calvin John is Megatron. We have Megatron. We're playing with Megatron. Finally, I get to play with Megatron. That's awesome. And hey, literally, what are the odds we reunite Megatron and Matt Stafford yet again? Like, it's just a weird way the sim has a way of making destiny happen. We have Dwayne Brown on the offensive line. He's going to be a huge part of this rebuild. Same with Justin Blaylock. That left side already set in stone. The rest of the offensive line is all right. At right tackle, Godfrey Sherrillis. He's an 81 at 26. He should be... The offensive line, we got both tackles and a guard pretty much solidified. A center... Never, I'm going to be completely honest with you, and it's one thing we've learned throughout the Madden 20 cycle, or Madden 19 cycle. Whoa, got beta on the mind here. Shout out to everyone that got their beta codes. Center doesn't really matter. As long as your center's not awful, he won't play terribly. He won't give up a bunch of sacks. Defensively, we got Elvis Dumerville, defensive end. That's a great get. Inside, John McCargo, 85 overall. He's 27. I mean, inside's not bad. We could always look at improving, but it's not a big need. Outside linebacker, they got Clay Matthews here, franchise player. The rest of the linebacking core is not amazing. There's some solid role players. In the secondary, Cedric Griffin, definitely want to try and re-sign him. Unfortunately, they weren't able to hammer out a deal long-term in-house, but we will try to bring him back. Outside of that, definitely need to work on the secondary just a little bit, at least at the cornerback spot. When you look at the safeties, James Butler, 93. We got Brodney Pools at 99. So absolute money there. Special teams kind of suck, but this is a very, very interesting roster, and I'm very excited to be able to play with Megatron finally. So our first year in free agency, here's how we're going to plan on spending it. We're going to go big on offensive line. Davin Joseph, 95-26. So that's a perfect age for a 5-year rebuild. We're going to look at bringing back Cedric Griffin, who had the most interceptions on the team. Go big on specialties. Brett Kern, top punter. Also Dan Carpenter, the man with the mullet. We got fullback here. We're just going cheap contract to see if we can fill out the roster. Lorenzo Alexander, an outside linebacker. With that size, 6'2", 289, we actually might convert him to defensive end. Don't know yet, but he'd be a valuable piece. Plus, he's still 27, and then just some decent depth playmakers across the offensive line. So looking at our draft recap, the reason why I didn't show the picks because I had to do it to him. I had to do it to him. You'll know it when you see it. In the first round, we needed linebacker. There were some great players on the board. Gerald McCoy, Earl Thomas. I knew a pick that was going to happen, so I wasn't worried about not landing a superstar early. But we still got Sean Lee. We needed to get better at linebacker. You can play anywhere. He's a 77-star dev. Second round, we got Jimmy Graham at tight end. I mean, we could have got Gronk, but we got Gronk in the NFC North series. So we got another great tight end here in Jimmy Graham that looks nothing like Jimmy Graham, but you know, it is what it is. 76-star, great 89 speed, 6'6", 260, freak. Third round, not a great pick, Eric Decker. I mean, we keep with the rule you can only draft within like 2 rounds of a player. So I mean, we need wide receiver depth. So we got 73 quick here in Eric Decker. He's solid. We got Jacques McClendon, not super familiar, but we need to build up depth on the offensive line. And then I had to do it. We already have Megatron. And then sitting here was Antonio Brown, who's a 75 superstar out of Central Michigan. We already know what's going to happen. He's going to be a beast. Then we finish up the draft with LeGarrette Blount in the 6th round and Sam Shields in the 7th round. But a very, very overpowered draft here from the Cleveland Browns. Look at the rest of the division. The Bengals, they got Linval Joseph in the 1st round. 74 O'Brien Schofield in the 4th. I mean, whatever it is, what it is. Looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1st round. At pick 2, they got JPP. Jason Pierre-Paul, not getting a great rating at 75, but does have a good dev trait. Price, 76. Angerer, Terrence Cody. All right, they had an all right draft. Nothing too crazy. And then the Baltimore Ravens, 1st round. Eric Berry, free safety from Tennessee. Followed up with Toby Gerhart in the 2nd round. Got robbed of a Heisman Trophy from Mark Ingram. Daryl Sharpton had a decent career, couldn't stay on the field. Is that the wrong? No, I'm thinking of the wrong guy. I'm thinking of Daryl Washington for the Cardinals. But either way, I think it's pretty easy to say with the additions of Sean Lee, Jimmy Graham, and Antonio Brown, the Cleveland Browns are the best draft in the division. Let's get into year 2. Let's dominate. Let's dominate, baby. Let's absolutely dominate. Actually, we're getting into year 1. Let's dominate. Year 1 for the Cleveland Browns here in the Ultimate Rebuild. And here's how our team is shaping up. We're taking over an 85 overall. 80 on offense, 87 defense. As far as changes, I mean, we already broke down the initial team, but we added Davin Joseph in free agency, 95 overall right guard. We drafted Jimmy Graham. Drafted Antonio Brown. He's got to play in the slot. He's got superstar depth. I mean, Antonio Brown, Calvin Johnson, throwing Braylon Edwards is 91. Let's go. We're going to find out whether or not Matt Stafford's cursed in this style of video. We already know he's cursed when you use the base rosters and stuff like that. Is it just Matt Stafford in general? No matter what happens, the game recognizes when Matt Stafford's in the game, they're going to make him suck. Well, we're going to push that to the limits. Even though we have 279s, we let Beanie Wells be the starter in the backfield here. Defense, 87 as far as changes. Lorenzo Alexander, we brought in free agency. We'll start at defensive end. We brought back Griffin. Sam Shields, late draft pick. He's going to see a lot of playing time. Sean Lee will be starting at middle linebacker along with Clay Matthews. Our safeties, we have the best safety tandem in the league in Butler and Poole. So I'm very optimistic that this Cleveland Browns team that has done nothing but fail for the first 5 years of the Ultimate Rebuild, here in year 6, now that we're in control, we could crack and make our first playoffs. All right, not off to a hot start here. Halfway point, year 1, 2-5. Bottom dwellers of the division. Don't really know how that's working out, but we know the talent that we got here. Not overly worried. Looking at contracts first up, we got Megatron. Absolutely locking him down for as long as we can. We got him for the rest of the rebuild. Justin Blaylock, really solid offensive lineman, only 26. So let's get him. Sammy Davis, kind of old. All these guys kind of old. So we'll just spend our money keeping our good players, letting the rest of them, pound sand. End of year 1. Don't think this is gonna look pretty. Everyone is hit with the confidence regression. 95 offense, 91 defense. Everyone's developing nicely, but 12-1. Why? Stafford's cursed? Stafford cursed. Look at Matt Stafford's stats. You have Antonio Brown and Calvin Johnson and a stacked O-line, and that's the numbers you put up. And you have a superstar dev trade. No run game. Megatron almost had 1,000 yards. Jimmy Graham, that's a good rookie year though. 66 catches, 670 and 7. Braylon Edwards was okay. AB was okay. Defensively, Sean Lee as a rookie, huge year. 134 tackles, 12 TFLs, 3 interceptions, 17 sacks from Dumerville, 12.5 from Lawrence Sidbury, who was a defensive end. We converted to make him an undersized D tackle in the mold of like a Grady Jarrett or something like that. And he played really, really well. Sean Lee, see, You don't like seeing that when your linebacker has the most interceptions on your squad. Yearly awards MVP. Chad Henne. Chad Henne won the MVP. Are you kidding me? Offensive player of the year went to Matt Schaub. Defensive player of the year went to Albert Hainsworth. Do we have anybody? No. Offensive rookie of the year went to Jimmy Graham. Beautiful. Antonio Brown at number 4. Defensive rookie of the year went to Sean Lee. Obviously, he was a beast. Sam Shields coming in at 4 as well. So we got some good respect. Nice individual awards for our young players, but the team success was disgusting. Where do we have? 1, 2. We have the second pick again, man. They can't get out of the top 5 picks. But I guess that's good news, man. We have a very high pick to add another big-time stud. We're building our team like the Browns did in real life. Just suck for 10 years, and then your team's eventually going to be really, really good. Going to our year 2 free agency period, we're going to spend a little bit of money, get special teams, bring back the mullet, and look to make a big investment in the secondary by bringing in Leon Hall, 2690 overall. Not an exact scheme fit, but I think he will definitely complement what we have here in Sam Shields. You know, those undersized but very aggressive corners. So, first pick, Patrick Peterson went first overall to Atlanta Falcons. This is a tough call, fellas. I mean, we could just say screw it and get like Julio Jones or AJ Green and just have like the greatest wide receiver core ever. But in case the Stafford curse is real, it doesn't matter who we have at wide receiver. I'm looking at the defensive side, and it's really between 2 players right now. It's either J.J. Watt or Von Miller. I feel like J.J. Watt, his versatility makes the most sense because we already have Clay Matthews. He's well on his way to being a beast. A guy like J.J. Watt, we can play him at defensive end, we can play him at defensive tackle. He will start either way, and he's at kind of a weaker spot. So let's do it, man. And plus, I'm not a huge fan of Von Miller. So with the second overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select J.J. Watt, defensive end from Wisconsin, and another superstar player for the defense. So taking a look at the rest of our draft after the amazing J.J. Watt selection at pick 2. Round 2, we got Rodney Hudson, the guard from Florida State. He's a 75 star, and we're actually gonna, because he's sub 200 or sub 300 pounds, we're gonna slide him into center. So he goes from a 75 to a 74. I'll still take that because we actually don't have a starting center. Third round, Robert Quinn, who was a projected first round pick, was still there. So I was like, sure, we'll go best player available because I don't even know if J.J. Watt's gonna play defensive end for us. So we got Robert Quinn, 78 star dev D end. Beautiful pick. Fourth round, reuniting Jordan Cameron with the Cleveland Browns. Made the Pro Bowl with the Cleveland Browns a couple years ago. He'll fare a really glorified wide receiver playing tight end tandem with Jimmy Graham. Just depth center and Fusco. We brought in Tyrod Taylor to be our backup to Matt Stafford, and then finishing out the depth with Herzlich, the linebacker from Boston College. Looking at the rest of the division, the Cincinnati Bengals at pick 11 drafted Justin Houston, outside linebacker. They got Alan Bailey, Sherman at fullback, Bilal Powell. Nice selections there. Tyler Sash, rest in peace. Looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, first round, reuniting with Cam Hayward. That's actually a real pick. Cool. I like seeing that. Brandon Harris. The rest of the draft kind of stunk. And look at the Baltimore Ravens, who lost in the Super Bowl. No duh, because it's the team we built. They got Mark Ingram just way sooner than what they did in real life, selecting him in the first round. He is a 77 star dev running back after winning the Heisman Trophy. Keem Dent, 75 linebacker in the third round. But without a doubt, back-to-back drafts, which we should because we had a high pick. I think the Cleveland Browns have won the division and welcome J.J. Watt to Dog Pound. Year 2, we can't be any worse. We can't be any worse. Stafford's at 88. He still has a superstar dev trait. Don't know how I didn't lose that after a terrible year last season. But everything on the offense, we're adding Rodney Hudson to a nice young center to build the offensive line around from the inside out. No other changes on the offensive side of the ball. Megatron should hit 99. Well, he will hit 99 sooner than later. Maybe AB. He still got that superstar dev, which he does. He could hit 90s this season, and we could have 390 wide receivers, and it's only year 2 of a rebuild. We have a 95 offense. Defense is a 93. We moved J.J. Watt inside. It's going to be the best way to maximize our talent. J.J. Watt on the inside, Robert Quinn on the outside. That is a scary defensive line. Hall, big free agent signing. Literally our only big free agent signing. We'll be starting at corner with Griffin, and we're actually going to bump Shields up to the 3 on the depth chart. Our safeties are still decent. Lorenzo Alexander is moving back from defensive end to outside linebacker to pair with Sean Lee and Clay Matthews to make one of the better linebacking cores in the National Football League. So it's year 2. This team absolutely 10 times out of 10 should make the playoffs. I'm prepared for like 6 wins at the most. He's cursed. He's cursed, and we're stuck with him. He's cursed. We're 1-6. 1-6. All right, contracts. Dwayne Brown, star dev tackle. Don't want to let you go. We have a whole bunch of salary, so we can flex on him a little bit and splurge. So we got both of our tackles lined up. Lorenzo Alexander has been all right. He's not exactly a scheme fit. So yeah, we'll let him go. I mean, that's kind of a big loss. 83 starting linebacker. We'll see if we can get someone that is much more of a 4-3 linebacker scheme fit than Lorenzo Alexander. But wait, we got our 2 tackles locked up. Doesn't matter though, because we're 1-6. So from 1-6, we actually played up to our potential down the stretch. We're sitting 95 overall, 99 offense, 99 defense, and 8-8. But if the end of the season meant that we're putting it all together, like how many did we win in a row? Let's see. Let's get a fine look at this the schedule. Like, did we lose? Like, did we go to like 1-8 and then win 7 in a row or something like that? Let's see. Browns regular season. So we lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got a nice 5-win stretch there. Take it. Looking at our stats, we had a bunch of Pro Bowlers, so he must have played pretty well. Stafford put it together, 4,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 picks. Run game still kind of struggling. I guess that's where we might want to try to get an electrifying runner, maybe to complement with Beanie Wells. Jimmy Graham, 82 catches, 837 and 6. Braylon Edwards, 890 and 8. Megatron over 1,000 yards. AB almost over 1,000 yards, double-digit tutties. Defensively, Sean Lee, tackle machine. Clay Matthews, 12 sacks. Quinn, 12 sacks. McCargo, 11 sacks. Watt, 9.5. Let's go. Interceptions, Brody Poole, our 99 overall strong safety, 3 interceptions. It's definitely an area I would like to see a little bit more in terms of turnovers, but overall, good defense. MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. Stafford somehow coming in at number 7, even with a 1-6 start. The AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Peyton Manning. Stafford coming in at number 2. Maybe he's not cursed. Maybe we just knocked the curse out of him here. Defensive Player of the Year, Clay Matthews coming in at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Cam Newton. Jordan Cameron coming in at 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Robert Quinn. Let's go. J.J. Watt at 2. Our rookies are sick. Can't believe Robert Quinn slipped to the 3rd round. All right, well, let's get into the offseason and hope that this momentum that we gained at the end of year 2 carries into 3 and we run away with the division. As far as free agency, we're going to be trying to be conscientious with our spending because we have a lot of young players who are going to get big contracts, but I really want to try to get more turnovers in the secondary. So Brandon Carr is here. We had him with the Ravens. He's a scheme fit. He's 26, 86. So hopefully he'll come in, be our 3rd corner with Leon Hall and Griffin, and get maybe more than 3 picks in a year. So you're going to peek at our draft class. Really getting a outside linebacker to take over for Lorenzo Alexander was primary. So using the rule that we could take one, round or 2, we got a 2nd round pick in Levante David. Instead, we got him at pick 15. 77 star dev, pairing him with Clay Matthews and Sean Lee. Stack linebacking core. 2nd round, went back down this memory lane trip. We have Trent Richardson at running back. Not really, not really the stud that I thought his rating might be. Because I'm pretty sure he win the Heisman that year. I'm pretty sure he did win the Heisman that year. So I don't know if he's going to be good enough to take over Beanie Wells. Probably not. We got Tyrone Carver, the Canadian defensive end in the 3rd round. We pretty much just filled out depth here. Crick, Danny Trevathan in the 5th. Alfred Morris, 65. Does have a star dev. I mean, if running backs actually grew and developed in this game, we might actually give him a chance because he has that really good dev trait. But it's just going to be way too much of a jump to get him to grow. And then we got Sweezy in the 7th round, filling out the rest of the depth chart on the offensive line. Look at the division. The Bengals got Andrew Luck at pick 8. Okay, they could be the next team we take over, and they got themselves a franchise quarterback. They got Zach Brown in the 2nd round, 77 overall. Paquette, Greg Chaw. I mean, they had a really good draft class. Beat us. They definitely beat us. We're trying to score them out here. Pittsburgh Steelers got Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Brooks, going all Philadelphia Eagles here. Back-to-back. Kirk Cousins in the 3rd round. It's not a bad draft. And finishing up with the Baltimore Ravens, they got Matt Khalil in the 1st round. Worthy, Robert Turbin. Okay, how does Robert Turbin have a better rating than Alfred Morris? Ridiculous. We had our draft was okay. Wasn't amazing. But welcome Levante David, who's going to get a lot of playing time as a rookie as we get ready for year 3. Year 3, and we're the best team in the game. Let's just lay that out there so that when we see whatever our record is, we're the best team in the game. 99 offense, 99 defense. Change in the offense, nothing. It remains the same. We should have this chemistry that we got, we dominated the second half of the season last year. Defensively, we got J.J. Watts up to an 88. Defensive line stack. Linebacking core. We bring in first-round pick Levante David. Brandon Carr comes in to solidify the secondary. Help get more turnovers. 13 wins minimum. Let's go. That's my bold prediction. Year 3, halfway. 4-2-1. Maybe not exactly where we want to be, but top of the division. That's all that matters. That's all that matters at this given point. We had a weekly award winner. Stafford, 3 touchdowns. Got sacked 6 times in a 30-30 tie. What is this, soccer? Contracts. What do we got? Brodney Poole, 99 overall. Beast. Absolute beast. Pretty much the only guy that's been able to get turnovers consistently. We'll come back to the tape for him. James Butler is 29. He's a 94, but his regression should be fine, and he wants more money. What an ass. Elvis Doomerville. Here you go, bro. Take this money. Thank you. Clay Matthews, superstar, 62 mil. Take it. Thank you. Stafford, $93 million. Take it. Thank you. Please don't be cursed. I appreciate it. Braylon Edwards. That's a lot of money. 4 years. Forgot. No. Changing the guard. I like Braylon Edwards. He hasn't gone over 1,000 yards. He's 29. He's only going to get worse. We have Antonio Brown to take over that wide receiver 2 spot. Nope. We got cut corners somewhere. So we'll make sure we can re-sign Butler and Poole. Other than that, man, slight change in the guard here in Cleveland. Gotta be conscientious of our salary cap and the big contracts that are gonna be coming up. Megatron's gotta get paid soon. I'd rather pay Megatron than Braylon Edwards. Let's just put it that way. So 99.99 didn't make the playoffs. 8-7-1. Why do you suck so much, Matt Stafford? Beanie Wells actually had a respectable year. No 1,000-yard receivers, even though we have Antonio Brown and Calvin Johnson. Sacks were okay. Picks were not. What is going on? I'm going to change all the playbooks or something. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change all the schemes up, all the playbooks. Maybe go cheesy playbooks, something like that. Yearly awards, McNabb got the MVP. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Peyton Manning. We don't deserve to have anyone here. Stafford, 9. Get out of here. Don't deserve it. You're garbage. Sean Lee's there. Andrew Luck at Offensive Player of the Year. Trent Richardson at 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Levante David. That's dope. I like that because we took a gamble drafting a second-round linebacker in the first round, but it played out because we obviously know who's going to be decent. Year 4. My brain hurts. Draft recap at the end of year 3, going into 4. Very solid draft. First round, we got Darius Slay in the secondary. He's big play. Slay get a little bit more youth to our cornerback room. Second round, we got Keenan Allen to come take over for Braylon Edwards. Obviously, Keenan Allen gonna develop nicely. He's gonna play in the slot, but we're giving up a lot here. Braylon Edwards is a 91. We got a 75. We only have 2 years left, so it's going to be a bit of a gamble there. And then no one really notable for the rest of some names. You have Avery Jones, Jack Doyle in the 7th round. These guys have all right dev trades, but the ratings are not particularly great. This draft was very top-heavy with Slay and Keenan Allen. Look at the division. Bengals with the #1 overall pick bring in DeAndre Hopkins, 79 superstar. They got Kiko Alonso. Real good draft. Kenyon Barner. Look at the Steelers. They got Jonathan Cyprian, whatever. Alford, a couple 70s. All right, they didn't have a bad draft at all. And the Baltimore Ravens, Tavon Austin, DJ Swearinger, Matt Barkley, garbage. Micah Hyde's a great pick, 71 star dev. That's tremendous value there. We might actually debate like the second or third best draft because ours was just so top heavy. But I'll take big play, Slay and Keenan Allen every day of the week. Year 4, if we don't make the playoffs, I'm done with this game. I'm absolutely done with this game. 99.99 changes now. We brought back Beanie Wells. Keenan Allen's going to be starting at slot with Megatron and AB on the outside. Jimmy Graham's developing nicely. He might have a chance to get up into the 90s. We're going to get a perfect 99 in Davin Joseph. Stafford also might have a chance at 99. Same with AB. Does he still have a superstar? He's down to a star, but still, he's going to develop nicely. Defense, 99. I think Quinn might have a chance. He's a star at 92. Doomerville might have a chance. 95 star. JJ Watt, still superstar. We're gonna have lots of 90s, boys. Lots of 90s. We got no wins. I literally am gonna have more 99 overalls than I might have wins here in year 4, and it's pretty depressing. I don't know. I don't know how many more different playbooks I could try. We're 3-4. tied for first, I guess. There's silver lining, and if we can close out the year as well as we did in year 2, we can make a run of it. Contracts, AB, need him locked up. It's a very affordable deal. Sean Lee, need him locked up. Even though, like, this doesn't matter. Like, it feels like it doesn't matter. I have sick team. It doesn't matter. Got good players on offense. Can't score points. Got great players on defense. Can't stop points. It's quite the conundrum that we got going on here. We got Sam Shields. He's a good special teamer on top of everything. Oh, he wants more money. Come back to the table. I do want to retain Sam Shields, so we'll throw a couple more bucks his way. Same with Leon Hall. But other than that, let's keep our own. Let's keep our own and keep the losing mentality in the organization. And then to year 4, yes, made the playoffs 10-6. Still really embarrassing to get 10-6. My team is this good. Luckily, the North was horrendous. Look at the stats very quickly. Stafford, nice year, 3,800 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 picks. Is he? I can't say he's cursed. He hasn't really been terrible for us. You know, it's just ultimately we haven't had a whole lot of team success, and usually we don't have team success. That falls on the quarterback. Beanie Wells actually paying dividends. Smart re-signing for us. Wasn't ever really lightening up. A career year, 1,200 yards, 7 tutties. No, you know, star wide receivers don't do shit in the sim, so that's evident right there. Sean Lee, 118 tackles, 14 TFLs, 8 sacks. I'll take that. 12.5 from J.J. Watt. Matthews, 8.5. Doomerville, only 6.5. I'd like to see a little bit more there. Brodney Poole, 99 overall. I can't even remember if he was really that good in real life, but hey, 5 interceptions. We'll take it. Yearly awards. What do we got? Mark Sanchez is the MVP. Don't know about that one, Chief. And actually, I feel Matt Stafford got a little slighted. Should have made that short list. And the offensive player of the year in the AFC went to Peyton Manning. Stafford coming in at number 4. Defensive player of the year went to John Beeson with Sean Lee at 4. Levante David at number 7. Offensive rookie of the year went to DeAndre Hopkins. Keenan Allen at number 2. Defensive rookie of the year went to Robert Alford with Big Play Slay coming in at number 2. It feels weird, man. It feels like we had like the same guys at every single spot. Either way, it's only year 4, so we're not going to really have to hop in. We still have one more full season. So let's see if the Sim Gods can take the Browns under their wing and carry us on a Super Bowl run here. First up, hosting the 9-7 Miami Dolphins. Okay. Start with a playoff win under our belt. Dominant playoff win, 40-14 on the day. 5 touchdowns for Stafford. What a playoff debut for Mr. Stafford. Beanie Wells was nice. AB had a huge game, 2 tutties, 8 catches. Defensively, got a couple sacks, no turnovers. We're rolling, though. And then we follow up a dominant performance with a stinker against the Tennessee Titans. Kind of choking it. It was a slim lead. Wasn't really that big of a choke, but 10 points to 7 was enough for the Titans to get in it. Stafford was good. What happened? They had no offense. CJ 2K is reunited back in Tennessee, and he's having it. Hey, we got some playoff experience. Now we're heading to a year 5 Super Bowl or bust. So I didn't sign anyone in our final free agency period because we're getting ready to move on from the Browns after one more year, and they're already going to be God mode. So don't want to make it any easier for their draft. I wasn't going to be OP, but I wasn't not going to draft for positions of need. First round, we got LaMarcus Joyner, free safety in Florida State, because our oldest aging regressing player is our free safety. He's the best one available in the draft. We got Morgan Moses, solid depth at tackle, 73 quick. Avery Williamson, nice little linebacker in the 3rd round. Kennard, 73 outside linebacker. All in all, though, wasn't an OP draft, which I'm kind of happy with. So that means when we move on, we didn't get any freaks. Look at the Bengals at pick 10. They got Mike Evans, 78. That's going to be paired with DeAndre Hopkins. That's ridiculous. They got Johnny Manziel at quarterback for backup to Andrew Luck. Sure, why not? Huge draft there for the Bengals. Steelers. Odell. They got Odell at pick 8. Carlos Hyde. Lewis Nix actually drafted. Did they draft Lewis Nix? Wasn't he like Irish Chocolate was his nickname? That was pretty dope. Looking at the Ravens, who doesn't really matter. Oh, they had the number 1 overall pick, and they brought in Khalil Mack, Kelvin Benjamin as well. All right, everyone had good drafts, but it's all about the Browns, baby. One more year, Super Bowl or bust time. Super Bowl or bust time. I'm gonna be dead ass honestly. This might be the best. Like, if we're ranking the top 10 teams for any rebuild episode, any series on the channel, this team's definitely top 10, maybe even top 5. That's how good they are. We got a couple 90s on the O-line. Average over offensive line overall is probably 84 or 85. Jimmy Graham, 88. We got AB, 96. Megatron, 99. Keenan Allen, Beanie Wells is an 89. Stafford will be a 99 sooner than later. We even got an OP fullback, Mike Tolbert, 892 overall. Defensively, 99. We got, actually, didn't see that. Hole at D tackle. Okay, who's JJ Watt going to make look? Okay, we actually probably could take Crawford. He's 275, slightly undersized, but we will move him to D tackle. He's Canadian. He's versatile. He's going to be polite about it. He'll make that move. 79, that's huge. So, yeah, in the secondary, we got just stacked. 95, we got 87. We got a 92, 87, 90, 86. Depth on depth on depth. Matthews is a 99. Sean Lee might be a 99. Levante David sooner or later is going to be in the 90s. Come on, man. 15. Let's go 15 wins. All right, minimum. Super Bowl or bust time. Give me at least an opportunity to get some gameplay with the Browns. And then in year 5, we got the bye. Come on, 15 wins. 15 wins. 11-5. Just squeaking out the Steelers by a single victory, but an AFC North title nonetheless. And you always take a first-round bye. Can't be too crabby about that. Final stats for the Browns. 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, 9 picks for Stafford. Not bad. Almost 1,200 yards, 10 tutties for Beanie Wells. No 1,000-yard come on. I mean, that's for 4 guys, that's really good, but no 1,000-yard receiver between all these big names. Kind of annoying. Some good tackles there. Sean Lee, Levante David, huge year. 7.5 sacks, 12 TFLs, 14 sacks. Clay Matthews. Interceptions weren't great, not terrible. Somewhere in between. Yearly awards MVP went to Jake Locker of the Cardinals. Okay. AFC Offensive Player went to Tom Brady. Stafford coming in at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year went to Sean Lee. Levante David at 2. That is dominance on the defensive side of the ball. Clay Matthews at 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Carlos Hyde. Ooh, okay. We have a good choice for in the division who we're going to next. Either Steelers or Bengals, and they got some tremendous young players. We had no one for the Browns, and Kennard coming in at number 10. Cool. We got the first round bye. That's all that matters. That's all we wanted. We're going to go on this run. We're going to get some gameplay with one of the most overpowered teams we have ever built, and we're opening up in a divisional rival hosting the 10-6 Steelers. They're going to get smoked, man. We are going to absolutely smoke the Steelers. I'm going to say we win by 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. No, we'll go 3 touchdowns. All right there, AB. Beautiful. Too easy. We need that touchdown, though. I feel like it's going to be a shootout. I'm just going to tell you right now, we're going to play college A-rate offense. I'm not even going to run the ball once. My head hurts. Oh, this game sucks. Oh, let's go, Keenan Allen. I think we're just going to have to go 4 or 5 wide every single play. Just spread them out. There's no way you can cover Keenan Allen, AB, and Megatron. Oh, let's go, AB wide open. Thank you. He doesn't even know this is a revenge game, but it is, and that's his 2nd touchdown. Oh, tiptoeing in my Jordans. Keenan Allen gets in. 2nd touchdown of the game. We're starting to pull ahead here. And touchdown number 5. Touchdown number 6. Dude, how is this team losing games? Just run slants. Are we running the score up? Maybe. That's all I can say. 7 touchdowns. How? Again, just teams should go 19-0, 18-0, whatever you can do. So we were able to unleash the full-on offense. Stafford 7 touchdowns, 52 points. We did it with ease, absolute ease. There you go. Those are the numbers. And that's what we're going to do as we do this every single time on our way to the Super Bowl. So in the championship game, we're taking the 9-7 Raiders. And I'm not going to lie, my kid's about to wake up. I'm so confident that we'll be able to win this game. I'm going to sim it. I'm going to put the whole rebuild on the sim that we can handle the 9-7 Raiders. Did we ever? Not a doubt in my mind. Look, we held them 0 points till the 4th quarter. We probably pulled our starters by that point. I don't know where our offense went, but hey, we ran the ball. We hit them with the this, and you saw the that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You hit them with the this. You know, they saw us go with the air raid. They thought we're going to air raid again, and then we hit them with the run game. You know, we got Levante David 2 sacks. Sure thing. We're going to the Super Bowl. I think we're playing the Niners. Oh, 1st and goal, opening drive, C4 special. We got to remind them. We got a run game, too. The CPU showed them we had a run game, but let's show them that C4 got a run game. C4 special, opening drive, tutty, 7-zip over the Niners in the Super Bowl. Oh, and he fights in because he's Megatron. I mean, we're going to drop a 50 bomb in the Super Bowl. I'm telling you. I mean, in what world does an offense that's built like this don't perform like this? You know? Niners don't stand a chance. Oh, wide open. Thanks. Wide open. Hey, thanks. 21-7 Browns. Talk about pounding the rock to kill a game off. Beanie Wells, 153 yards. Getting about 10 yards a touch. It's ridiculous. O-line coming up big. Our Hogs, baby. Big Hogs in Cleveland. Okay, we're just going to run this one. Take the easy way out. Get the first down. Kill the game off. Don't get the first down. He's a monster. Kick the field goal and win it. That's game. That's game. We got a Super Bowl. What just happened and why didn't I have any opportunity to come in? Well, subscribe if you guys like the video, and we'll be back with a rebuild at a later date of either the Bengals or the Steelers. Goodbye.